So, lads, it appears that the Indiana Fever are officially, well, not officially, but are out or close to being out of the Meesseman Sweepstakes. In a surprise to nobody, it does not seem like the Fever are in the sweepstakes for her. First of all, the Fever can't really afford her. The Fever can't really afford her, and she's only going to take a limited salary if it as good as guarantees. If it as good as guarantees a championship, because Emma Meesseman is a ring chaser. She is absolutely a ring chaser. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we heard from articles earlier that it was the contenders, that she wants to go to a contender, and that is why it became the Liberty, the Lynx, and the and the Mercury. And it seems as though the three of those teams are the real teams that are going to be in the Meesseman Sweepstakes. Because if you guys have not heard, if you guys have not heard, Fee has come out and basically said that she would love if Emma Meesseman went to the Lynx. Reporters have been asking. Fee has come out and said that obviously they've played with each other. You've got Stewie coming out there and saying this, which is big.
Maybe.
Emma Meesseman Sweepstakes. Have you been in touch with her?
Maybe. But I don't know what's happening.
How do you think she fit, like, realistically with this team if she were to sign here?
Yeah, I mean, I think Emma's an amazing player, and I had the opportunity to play with her overseas in Russia and in Fenerbahce. But she's someone that reads the game really well. So for a team that wants to play, like, read and react and play fast, she would be a perfect fit for us. And we just have a great appreciation for what she does on the court in kind of a number of different ways.
So obviously, that is what Stewie has said about Emma. And if you guys don't know, she has played with Stewie. That's not it, though. She's also played with Fee Collier. And this is what Fee has had to say about Emma Meesseman.
Like that, I mean, you've played with her, you know her game. How do you think she would fit here?
I think Emma would fit so perfectly. I mean, not only do you have the background of she's played with Mac and I, with Mac for years specifically, so we know that chemistry-wise we fit really well together when we play, but also the culture. And I think, Emma is a winner. I think she's always played for winning organizations. I think we have that here, the way that we treat players professionally, just our team atmosphere. I just feel like she'd be a perfect fit.
When you think about perhaps adding her to the mix, what's the first thought that comes to your mind?
I think that gives us even better chance of winning. Like, I love playing with Emma. She's just such an elite player. Like, not only a great player, but also a great person. So, I'm a huge Emma fan.
Specifically with what you guys do here, your scheme, your offense, and a 5-out flat, she fits pretty well here, doesn't she?
She does. I think she fits perfectly in the scheme of our team, just in that, first of all, how hard she works, the reads she makes. She's a very smart player as well, and then her inside-out game. She's really skilled in the post, but she can also score the floor and make threes, which is also obviously a huge part of our game. I think she would just, there would be like no learning curve. I feel like she would just fit in.
I do really hope that I do not have to mute that. I really, really hope that I don't have to mute that section of the video. And if I do have to mute the last minute and this is cut out of the video, I do apologize. But essentially, she is, because there is music playing in the background. So if that part is cut out, essentially what Nafisa Collier has said is that Emma has played with her, she's played with Kayla McBride, and that she'd be a seamless fit because of the fact she can play inside out. She's a smart player, and they like her as a person. Now she's a winner, in that she only plays for winning organizations, which is, we all know she is a trophy hunter. And that's the thing. That's one of the things that people don't really understand when it comes to the mentality of European players versus US players. In terms of a lot of European players, like, it's not about, oh, I'm going to leave my team, we're going to compete against them. Let's be real. it is a very common thing, players in these teams in Europe signing for the team that beats them. Like, it is very common if, for example, you go and win a national championship against another team, but they have a player that's cooking you, and you're the big dogs in that country, you just sign the best player from the other team. Like, that's like, it's a very, very common thing with that. But yeah, it is like, it seems as though the Fever are effectively out of the sweepstakes. Like, the Mercury have not said anything, but you can tell the Mercury have literally just, they won't pick up Dewana Bonner. Dewana Bonner is a net positive to any team. Look, Dewana Bonner, the basketball player, you would want her on the Indiana Fever. Like, you would just, even on the end of the bench, you would want her on the Fever. There's nobody that's going to not cut. There's no team that's not going to cut someone if they can guaranteed. Not going to cut a minimum contract player if they're guaranteed to get Dewana Bonner. Let's be real. Every single team in the WNBA is doing that. However, when it comes to the Mercury, the team that she wants to go to, you're hearing nothing. Why are you hearing nothing? Purely because like, they're waiting for Emma. Emma comes in, whichever of those three teams she goes to becomes the favorites to win a championship. And you might be saying, oh, but like, who has she played with for the Mercury? She's played with Satu for years. She's played with Satu for years. She's played with Stewie for years. She's played with for years, with like Fee for years. So she's played with McBride. So she's played with players in all these teams. It's not like there's no links. I don't know. Has she ever played with Natasha Howard? I don't think so. For the Indiana Fever, I think really it's either Natasha Howard or nobody. She played with Natasha Howard for 3 years. So it's not like she's played with none of these players. She's played with a lot of the stars in the WNBA. She's realistically played with the stars. I don't know what the hell just happened there. There's a noise came onto my screen. I was trying to check if Natasha Howard. I exited out of the Natasha Howard Wikipedia page. Check she played for Fenner, but like, everyone's played with her. Everyone's played with Fenner, and everybody knows like she is a winner. They know the type of player that she is, and let's be real. It's gonna come down to. It is absolutely going to come down to whether or not Emma Meesseman thinks the Indiana Fever have a shot of winning a championship. And let's be honest, her going to the Fever increases the Fever's... It does put the Fever into contenders category. But if she goes to either the Mercury, the Lynx, or the Liberty, they go into the favorites category. I think if she goes to the Mercury go into the top three. If she goes to the Fever, they become the third best team in the WNBA. If she goes to the Mercury, they become legitimate favorites because of how good a coach Nate Tibbetts is, how good Alyssa Thomas is, how effective. Well, I don't even care about Satu at this stage. It's their big two is Emma and Alyssa. And if she goes to the Liberty, she starts at the 5. I wonder if she starts in the playoffs for the New York Liberty. But at the same time, like, I think she'd be cool with coming off the bench. She's won a Finals MVP off the bench. Because I just think in terms of fit, when John Quell's back, John Quell is that little bit better than her, not by much. It's a debate. It's a debate if John Quell even gets back into that starting 5. Because I think Stewie doesn't shoot the ball well enough to play on the wing anymore. And Phoebish is just too important for that team on the defensive end. And then you've got, obviously, the Lynx, where it's a seamless transition where Fee drops down to the 3. Because Emma can spread the floor and Alana Smith can spread the floor, anyone can post up. And Fee goes to the 3, she goes to the 4, Alana Smith to the 5, where Smith to the 4, Meesseman to the 5, and they're just instantly the best team in the W. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. The fact that these other teams are all talking about it, and you can see the actions of the Phoenix Mercury and the Indiana Fever still have players in their roster that just should not be on their roster. I would say it's very likely. It's very, very likely she's not going to be going to the Indiana Fever. As well as that, like, she doesn't seem like the type of person that's going to just go there for the L money. Like, she makes 7 figures a year. She doesn't necessarily need the money. She's one of the richest female basketball players in the world. Her contract in Europe is probably the highest contract outside in all of EuroLeague. She's probably on... she was definitely making close to, if not 7 figures when she was playing in Russia. And she's probably making close to 7 figures because she's won 3 MVPs in a row with Fenerbahce. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.